Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Green Machine Outdoors. This is Dan, and today we are going monster hunting. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we are out here on the James River heading up towards the city. We're still about 5 or 6 miles down from the city of Richmond. I've got some bad juju on me ever since I flipped my kayak about a week ago. I've been out a couple times and just not feeling it. So today we are gonna erase all that, start fresh. I've got a picture to show you right here of somebody who's having a little bit worse luck than me, so I think I passed it on to them. Let's go get these fish. Fish are all up in the shallows, got tons of bait on a first set. You can check that out right here as I pull up my net. All right, we are gonna drag a couple baits behind me, suspend a couple before me. I'll show you what I got for bait right here. All right, there's nothing left to do but go catch some fishies. Let's get after it. Trying something new today as well. I got my Uncle Lou's planer boards. These things are ridiculously nice. Yeah, I want to get a little bit deeper out in this channel off to my left. So I'm gonna throw this board on. It's gonna pull out beside me and spread my baits out a little bit more. I got two suspended right next to the boat, one behind it, so they're all pretty much in a line. We're gonna kick this one way out to the side. And these boards are awesome. I've used them before, but look at that. Those are beautiful. Thank you, Uncle Lou. We're gonna put some fish on these, I promise you, buddy. All right, if you've never used planer boards before, here's a really nice one. They've got two spots where you clip your line. This little swivel goes on your line and this snaps to your line, right in there. So you can think about your line going between those 2 points and then see how the board's angled out. That means this one's gonna pull out to the left. The top's obviously gonna float, the bottom's gonna sink. So this one's gonna pull way out to the port side of your boat behind you. I know left and right doesn't really work. It depends on which way you're facing. So port is what we're gonna go with there. We're getting fancy. So you pretty much let out however much line you want. You can even keep it on right here and drop your line down. It can flow freely between there. And then once you're happy with the depth, you can go ahead and clip this one above, closer to your rod. So this clip goes between the swivel and your rod tip, and that'll kick right out for you. Now I know I'm gonna be potentially up to 30 feet, so I've got over 30 feet of line let out behind this board on a Santee drifter. So it's not gonna get snagged, it's gonna pull right along the bottom. This will kick it out far. We went over 3 big marks on the bottom and not much longer before this one got hit. I don't think it's a monster, but it seems like it's gonna be a decent little fish. I'm trying to keep an eye on my planer board back here. Let's see what we got going on here. The 3 marks I saw were big marks. This doesn't feel like it was one of those unless it's still on the bottom. It's a decent little fish. He inhaled that headpiece. Got a little bit of length to him. All right, here's this fish bumped up to the nose right there. You can see it. Not even touching him. Here he goes out here. I can't stretch that. I could just barely get him to the 31.75. I can't get him to that 32, top or bottom. So that's a perfect fish. Very nice. All right, check that bad boy out. That's 31.75 inches. Good news is I'm in a 32-inch slot tournament, so that is a perfect fish. What a nice buddy. He's got a big old belly on him, and he's gonna go home. My boards are all messed up. I gotta get back to drifting here. I just let some more line out on that planer board to get it further out into the main channel. It just got hit. If you pull hard enough, it'll snap that clip loose, and you're not fighting the planer board on the way in. So this is all fish now. That planer board is a little bit underwater, so maybe I got some board on there too. But it did pop free. Let's see what kind of fish we got here. This is on that big body section with the double hook rig. Just run into the shallows. baby. I'm surprised he could pull that planer board under. He's got to go. Alright, we are changing sides of the river. There's a little bit more structure on the left side up here as I cover the next half mile to mile of river. So I'm going to switch planer boards and pull the right board, or the starboard side, out into the channel. Yep. There's a fish. Let's get him up here. This is just a dragging rod, no planer board. Although it is going to mess everything up. We're right in front of a creek mouth, which you can probably see in my camera here. That's fish number 3 on the day. It's been a long stretch up here. I'm trying to fish some deeper water, which they don't really seem to be in. It's another medium-sized fish. We are in the spawn, the early stages of the spawn. So a lot of the bigger fish are kind of shut down at this point. There's another little guy with a big fat belly. He's gonna go back. We're looking for some bigger fish today. Alright, this back planer board just got crushed. Let's see what it is. It's on the Uncle Lou's planer board, pulling a Santee drifter. Let's hope he's still on there. He was running right into shore after he hooked up. Let's see if he's still there. We're looking for a good one. I don't know if this is it though. Feels like he might have let go. We'll find out soon. There's still a fish on there. It's gonna be a little guy that crushed it super hard. No, he's decent size. This fish is kind of interesting. If you look at his anal fin right back here, I'll show you on the board actually. If you look at this fish's anal fin, he had some kind of issues when he was maturing. His tail looks like he was either bit or hung up in something, and it's kind of regrown a little strange. It's connected over here, so that's kind of strange. But he looks like an old fish that just never really got that big. It's pretty beat up from the spawn. Look at that head on him, it's pretty cool. And we're gonna get that fish back, and this other rod up here is going down. There we go, see that? Let me get this out of here so I don't step on it. Look at that headpiece back in the water. It's popular today. All right, let's see if this fish is still on here. I think so. I don't think he's much of a fish, but he's probably on here. He's on a suspended bait. He's gonna pull a little bit. That's just a little guy. That'll be a good opportunity to freshen up some baits. They've been in here the whole time. I'm sure they're not putting off as much scent as they could. So there's another little guy. He was down in the mud, it looks like. If you look at his sides here, it's all covered in mud. We're gonna send him right back. He's back off towards the channel. And we're gonna have to cut up some baits and get that down there. We're heading into the spot I've been waiting to get to all trip. Put this planer board back out, and it's hit already. Let's get him in here. This one's on here. still looking for that big old goober. It's been a while. Life's better when goobers come to play. This is gonna be a little guy. I swear, if he took my headpiece, I'm not gonna be pleased. No, that's actually a decent fish. All right. I'm gonna grab that planer board back. He's about to go crazy once he realizes he's not wound up. So close to another perfect slot fish. He was 31.5 inches and he was just shy of that mark for 31.75, but couldn't quite get him there and keep it honest. So 31.5 is what he's gonna go, and that'll surely help. Hit on this planer board. Hard to tell. I think there's a little guy on there. Let's find out. There's a fish on there. Nothing special. All right, there we go, another blue. All right, I just picked up this back rod on the left. It's dragging just to see if there's still bait on there. We got a fish on there. Thought it was acting a little funny. Man, they just can't get enough of these dragging baits. Granted, it's all small fish, but it's still a whole lot of fun. He's got a little size to him. All right, he's a chunky little guy. He's a future goober of America. Later, buddy. Catch of the day? I don't know, you tell me. Oh, what the heck happened? This is not a kayak, and these guys were not with me the last you saw. Here's a sneak peek of our next video. The rest of our trip didn't really pan out too well. It was pretty quiet, but we had a nice little evening on the James. We are somewhere different today, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on this trip. It's gonna be a good one.